Hi there. I have a question to ask you. So, what is the point of your life? Yeah, that's a really deep question, but I want you to think about that. What do you live for? Is there a reason why you're here? Well, I can tell you that you definitely, for sure, that there is a reason why you're here on this earth. But do you know what it is? Sometimes I question myself too. Why am I here? What is my purpose? Am I really valuable? Am I making a difference in this world? And the truth is that we all make a difference in this world, and whether that's for the good or for the bad. Now, hopefully, you're not in the bad spectrum, but we all cause negative influences sometimes. Nobody should be able to say that they're perfect because it's not true. Nobody's perfect. Sorry to burst your bubble if you think you're perfect, but you're not. Sorry. Now, I might as well cut straight to the chase and tell you that I am a Christian and I believe in God. And that is the main reason why I'm here, and that's my purpose. I live for God, to love Him and to love others. That is the main reason why I'm here, and that's what I'm commanded to do by God. That's the first and the second greatest commandment, also, and to love yourself in the second commandment. A book that I really like in the Bible is called Ecclesiastes. Now, it's something that I don't really hear talked about because either for whatever reason, maybe it's just people don't like it, or maybe people just don't have the guts to really read it all the way through, because basically the whole book talks about Solomon, who was this great king, and he was like the wisest man of his time. And he was blessed beyond measure. Man, I mean, he had um, slaves, and he had concubines, and he had wives, and he had servants and livestock, and he had money, and he just had absolutely everything. He had gardens, he just had land, and like just nothing like that you could ever imagine. I mean, when you compare the most richest man on earth, he was the most richest man on earth. At least I'm pretty sure on that. And so you gotta think, man, I mean, he had it all, right? So he must have been extremely happy. Wrong. He wasn't happy all the time. And it actually took him a lot of humbling circumstances to really get him to realize that he was nothing without God. And that's what I want to encourage you today. Maybe you believe in God and maybe you don't believe in God. And for those that do believe in God, and maybe you get discouraged by focusing on things that don't really matter, ultimately, like money or our material possessions, and we forget to focus on the big picture, and that's our relationship with God and our relationship with others. Loving God, loving others, and also loving ourselves. So for those of you that don't believe in God, well, you probably live for something else, right? Well, it could have been those material things or whatever it may be, but most of the time, usually there is a significant thing in your life that has caused you to have a purpose, to keep on fighting, right? And to just keep living on and keep being strong. And usually what that is a reliance on, say, another human being, or sometimes just a reliance on oneself, or a reliance on a job, or reliance on health and just the prosperity, our wealth. But I'm telling you that there will come a point where you realize that you will lose some of those things, some of those people in your life, or you will lose that job, or whatever it is, whatever your foundation was. I'm telling you that if it is not built upon the rock, which is God, you will crumble and you will fall. That's a hard thing for me to say and a hard thing for you to take in, I'm sure. And it's a hard thing for me to take in too, especially when I'm starting to lose my way and I'm starting to get sidetracked and I'm starting to go down this path when I should be going down this path. But it's the truth. And I've seen that happen in my life. I I followed the ways of the world for so long, and I try to do things my way. I try to just view people as like my God, or I viewed myself as like a God, and I tried, just relying on these things to satisfy me, to make me happy. But in the end, it was like chasing the wind, and it just didn't satisfy me in the end. And I'm telling you that one thing that I've learned about life is that you can never satisfy these eyes. No matter what you do, you can have all these things in the world, all these material possessions and riches, and I'm telling you, you will always want more in the end. And I've seen that happen in my life. No, I haven't had tons of riches, and no, I haven't had millions of friends and prosperity like that. I've never been, I guess I should say over blessed, even though I guess I am kind of overblessed in a way now that I think about it. But I never, but in the world standards of like just super extreme, just wellness of oneself and their life, and because what how the world views successful as, a great job, a family, like a healthy family, and just whatever, a well-being, of oneself, someone who is a law-abiding citizen or whatever. I mean, you can come up with your own reasons, but I'm telling you, again, it just all fails in the end unless you put your hope, your faith, and your trust in God. Everything else is just gonna fail you. Your wife's gonna fail you, your friends are gonna fail you, your job's gonna fail you if you get fired. Your money won't last forever. Because I'm telling you, once you're dead, you leave all that stuff behind, right? And what's left there to live for? I mean, that if you look at atheists, they have the most saddest view of life in general, and it's basically, I'm here on earth and there's no God, there's no purpose, there's really nothing to live for. I'm just here, I exist. And it's not a very healthy way to view life, but I see why you feel that way. And because I've viewed that way in the past before, and I know what it's like to feel that way. So I know this video was quite offensive to probably some of you, but I had to share the truth with you, and I can't, I don't want to be held liable by God by not sharing you what He's shown me. And I've come to this revelation for a long time, but I encourage you to read Ecclesiastes, whether you're a Christian or not, and just view it and see how you see it. Because, man, I know that sometimes you can't just read a book and just hope to just believe in whatever it says, but even just show experience for yourself, because I know that there are some of you that are searching for the truth and the answer to life, and I tell you that if you seek after God, you will find Him. He will show up. And then I tell you that He loves you and cares about you no matter what you've done. You are precious in His sight, and you're beautiful. Alright guys, hope this video encouraged you, and as always, rebel against the ways of the world for the sake of Jesus Christ. God bless you. Have a great day.